took my $86 investment and turned it into a $2.5 million return.
All right. Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, Team Humanity? We got a great show tonight, guys and gals. How is everyone doing tonight on this lovely Thursday? How is everyone doing? Look, guys, I got the World Series of Poker champion from 2003. I got Chris Moneymaker here, $2.5 million winner with me tonight. Say hi to everyone, Chris. How you doing tonight, man?
That's a lot of enthusiasm you got going on over there. I'm doing pretty good.
All right, Chris, let's get into it, man. We're not going to talk poker just yet, but first off, how are you and how are your family?
Doing pretty well, actually. It's we've been fortunate that we've avoided the virus, and we've been pretty busy, just getting a lot of home projects done. I've been pretty fortunate in the fact that I used to travel a ton, and this has just given me some time to be at home with my wife and kids. So we've been in quarantine slash away from everybody for about 50 days now, which has actually flown by pretty quickly between homeschooling and doing projects. I mean, we just built a garden today. So yeah, it's just been a surreal experience, I guess, just being home this long, not playing poker, and just being with the family.
That's all. Well, good. I'm glad you're doing a lot of family bonding. Hey, I got to do a shout out real quick. We just got our first donation to. Look, shout out to Jeremiah. Jeremiah, look, thank you so much for donating to us. Donated $25. All right, and he wants us to use it for casinos, tables, or slots. All right, well, we're not going to talk gambling just yet, Jeremiah. All right, we'll talk gambling later on. All right, well, look, yeah, so look, well, I'm glad that you and your family are safe and healthy, and you guys are getting close. I know, one of the things, it's the time has flown by. Like I'm a teacher, and this is my side gig, and we got affected in March, and we closed our schools in mid-March, and I can't believe it's already May. So before you won the World Series of Poker in 2003, what were your hobbies, and what was your profession before then? Like, I know you were an accountant, but I don't know too much about you. So let's talk about your lifestyle and your hobbies before the big win.
Yeah, so before my big win, I worked for Deloitte and Touche for a long time, which is a pretty big accounting firm. It's one of the big 5 accounting firms in the world. So I worked with them for a long time. And then 9/11 happened, and they let go. Basically, I was a traveling auditor in that time, and much like today, worldwide travel kind of stopped, and they basically let go of all the traveling auditors. So I was out of work for a little while. During that time, I found online poker, and that's where I started playing poker, was during that time. And then I became a controller for a restaurant group, and I was the controller for the restaurant group for up until I won. And most of my days were spent either on the golf course, at work, or drinking, or drinking during both of those events. The benefit of working in a restaurant is you get to drink. I would usually show up around 2 o'clock in the afternoon for work, and I would work till probably around midnight, and I would probably start drinking around 5. I was probably a functioning alcoholic for a couple years. I drank very heavily for the better part of my 20s and 30s, and turned 40 and decided my body didn't like it, and I got hangovers too much and decided just to quit. So
good for you.
Thankfully it wasn't hard to quit. I mean, I wasn't addicted to it. I'm addicted to like Coke and Coca-Cola, not Coke. Coca-Cola.
Listen, Chris, I got to interrupt you. This is family-friendly content on YouTube. I do get strikes on my channel, so we got to keep it clean.
Coca-Cola. Quickly. I'm addicted to Coca-Cola, so and I'm addicted to food, obviously. But it wasn't hard to quit the drinking. So, but essentially, I spent a lot of time on the golf course, and we had about 5 buddies that would go play almost every single day.
Okay.
And then worked, and that was about it.
All right. So then you started playing poker with Party Poker at first, right? Was that the first? That was That was the first like online platform you were playing with that got you into the World Series.
Nope, it was Poker Stars where
Oh, it
I'm
was
at
Poker
now.
Stars. Okay.
Yeah. Poker Stars has been my ambassador since I won. Um, and I started with them in 2001 and won my seat on there in 2003. Went out and played the World Series of Poker after winning my seat there.
Hmm.
And, was happy to make it through day one and ended up making it all the way to the end, obviously. And took my $86 investment in Poker Stars and turned it into a $2.5 million return. Uh,
You
Basically,
basically grind as a
I think there's
professional
like
poker player.
26 million professional poker players right now in the U.S. I think that's the unemployment number right now, or something crazy. So everybody's professional poker players now.
All right, well, look, I got to interrupt you for a sec, Chris. I'm going to do another shout out. Well, we got to do another shout out to Jeremiah. Jeremiah, thank you so much for donating $25 again for playing golf. And what he wanted to ask you is Jeremiah is asking, playing golf, have you ever hit a hole in one?
If Jeremiah ever went on the golf course with me, he would realize that there's about a 0% chance I would ever hit a hole in one. I was very fortunate to get it close to the green. My handicap was about a 25. So no, I don't even think I even came close enough to worry about getting a hole in one.
Hmm. And then let's ask his prior question. All right, since we're talking about gambling now. All right, so Jeremiah asked, at a casino, what is your preferred play? Do you like to do table games or slots?
I've never played slots, and honestly, I don't really play any games in the casino.
Hmm.
I think if you're a poker player, it's a big, huge league to play any of the other games.
Yes.
So I generally avoid anything. I mean, I'll play baccarat every once in a while for just a small amount, just to kill some time. But generally, it's all poker. I mean, if I'm in a casino, I'm there to work. I'm not really there to really have a entertainment time, if you will. And to be honest, since I've been doing this for 20 years now, I just don't get any joy of playing the table games or slots anymore.
Yeah.
I get a rush from mentally out battling somebody,
Hmm.
not, I guess, gambling, if you will. It's kind of weird to think about it. Poker players, most of the good poker players aren't like true gamblers. I mean, we're investors. We're looking for edges. We're looking for spots.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for just a high, just to go put down my money and rolling on craps or try to do a quick double up. I'm going to grind it out and make my money slow. That's kind of what poker is.
Yeah.
It's not about the high. I mean, obviously, you're going to get a high when you bluff or you win a big pot, but for the most part, it's grinding it out pretty slowly.
All right, so now now you won the World Series. You got your 2.5 million. Now you created something in the poker community called the Moneymaker Effect because, one of the things, the awesome things about your story is that you won off an $80 satellite, and then you actually, you won the series, and you know the poker community advertised the hell out of that, and now if you took from my memory, if you take a look at the numbers, of the entrance in the World Series of Poker, it was always like it was always like what like 1,000 or a couple hundred, and then you won, and then the following year the numbers just skyrocketed, right?
Yeah, so the year before me there were 600 players. The year I won there was 839,
Yeah.
and then the next year there was 2,500, and then the next year it went to 5,000, then up to 8,000. So we went. I mean, it was growing steadily. Then it just shot through the
It
roof.
just shot through the roof. Yeah,
Yep.
and that's
And
something that you created.
I've been given a lot of credit in creating that. People saw when I won that if I could do it, anybody could do it.
Hmm.
So you couple that with the fact that you can play online poker from anywhere, and you can learn pretty quickly.
Yeah.
People started playing a lot, and people started going out and trying out their luck at the World Series, and there is the moneymaker effect in a nutshell.
Yeah. Poker takes a few seconds to learn and a lifetime to master, right?
You got that right.
All right. So and you don't have to get into too much detail, but I gotta ask you, what'd you spend the money on after you won?
A lot of different stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
Put some back for the college fund for the kids. Put some back for retirement. And
Smart.
then wasted it on a car. Um, bought a new house.
So, all right, I got a question from my friend Frank is asking, what size table do you prefer on a sit and go? 2, 3, or 6?
On a sit and go, I prefer 9. Heads up, is fine. I used to play a lot of heads up sit and goes,
Mm-hmm.
but if I had my preference, I'd want a full table of 9. Um, I like. I think people make the most mistakes when you get to 9-handed tables. There's so much equity, especially playing with people that don't play a whole lot of sit and goes. They'll bust out way too quickly, play way too fast,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll be down to 3 people before you know it, and in the money with people playing recklessly. Not as much now as it used to be, but used to be you could sit there for about 30 minutes and wait, and people would all be busted, and you'd be in the money and have never even played a hand.
All right, we're gonna do one more question. What starting hands should you play by Clarissa Smith? That's what she wants to know. What starting?
Wow. Well, uh, I mean, that's the most important question in poker. It's that's what's going to take you hours upon hours to learn. I can't unfortunately answer that in the interview here. I
No.
will say that the easiest answer I can tell you is as the button moves around the table, position is so important in poker. You can
Yes.
play a much wider range when you're on the button, which is late position, than you can in early position. So early position, if you're an amateur player, you probably only want to be playing like 5 to 7% of your hands. On the button, you can play upwards of 40% of your hands. And if you're more experienced, I mean, when I'm on the button, if I'm playing against amateurs at the table, I'm playing like 85, 90% of my buttons
Yeah.
because I know I'm going to be in position and I know I can apply a lot of pressure. Um, so the hands that you should be playing are really dependent upon your stack size and the position you are at the table.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, guys and gals. Look, guys. First off, viewers, thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate it. Um,
And
again, if you
thanks,
want,
Jeremiah. Appreciate
yes,
all the donations.
Jeremiah, thank you. We appreciate all the donations. And one quick question. This is actually from me. Do you host home games?
Like live home games?
Yeah,
No, I don't.
not online, but you okay? No, you don't host home games. No,
Nope.
no.
No.
Where do you play a lot? Do you just travel all over and just play in the
Travel
yeah
the world.
travel the world?
I've been
That's
traveling the
awesome.
world for 20 years, and up until the virus happened, I mean, I was on the road. I'll be on the road 2 weeks, home 2 weeks is usually how it works.
All right. You know what? I forgot to announce the $50 cash winner. Jeanette Sheets, if you are listening in or if you watch this, Jeanette Sheets, you are the $50 cash winner. So congratulations. I know. Hell yeah, right? $50 cash. I sent you an email and make sure you apply to it. We're going to, Chris and I, we're going to give you $50 via Cash App. And look, Chris, thank you so much. Great to have you. We'll connect again in the future, and we'll see how you're doing. Further down the road with your tour, with your little world tour going on right now.
Sweet. All right. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care, Chris.
Have a good one.
All right, boys and girls. Look, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, and make sure you turn on that notification bell. And if you really want to be cool, become an official Team Humanity member. It's only $4.99 a month. Go to my YouTube channel and hit join, and you see the membership options. There's only one. It's $4.99 a month, and you can get a lot of perks. You get early access to videos, early access to live streams, and you get to actually be featured in one of my videos as well. And I give cash to people. All right, guys, thank you so much, and have a great night.